Greetings and welcome. Thank you for stopping by, joining me here at Bloom from Within Love. I go by Bloomy, and I'm going to get a little more light here just in a moment. So, what we're doing tonight is a combination of things, okay? I mentioned that it was on my heart to maybe come on and do something ASMR style / Reiki, but I also wanted to add some guidance and intentions with this around Mercury retrograde and around, let me get, because I wrote my notes out because I'm be forgetting stuff now, but hold on a second. So yeah, around being present, yes, being able to be fully present, grounded in Gaia, and centered, okay, with the intention to be able to indulge in pleasure and with the earth, with ourselves, with a sense and feeling of comfort, nurture, safety, and security, okay? Our calm bliss. Ironically enough, I just wrote a poem regarding my stillness bliss. So it's with the intention of honing in stillness, honing in calmness with bliss, surrounding sensuality, awakening the senses, beauty, balance to the yin yang, just comforting. The intention is for a very yin goddess, Gaia, comforting, sensual, relaxing energy is the theme and the messages. You guys will see the cards here in a minute. So I'm thinking that I'm going to light a candle. I have this candle that I bought. We're going to add some crystals and we're going to set intention. You can add your own intention, but I'm going to add some gem chips into the candle. And we're going to set the intention before we do anything else. But the actual ASMR and Reiki is going to be towards the end. So we're going to just get into the messages that you guys see laid out. Okay? And let's try to get going. I hope that this is going to be something comforting and calm and settled and gentle for you all, okay? So let me get the candle and the matches. So I do want to add that's what you hear, the candle. A little bit of ASMR. We're not going to get all the way into that just yet. But let me show you the candle. You guys can see it. It is vintage oak, okay? This is like a wick candle. It has, it's a soy base, a soy blend, and it has warm bergamot, lemon, sage, rustic oak. Ooh, so I thought this was perfect for this. And it smells, it just smells divine. It smells comforting, grounding, earthy. This is what it looks like inside. I'm going to get some crystal gem chips. I have some morganite. Let me see if I can come over here. Get that going. Show you guys the morganite. have it in a little baggie here, but these are morganite chips, crystal gem chips. And morganite, I love morganite. I'm going to tell you why. I like rose quartz as well. Um, but I'm going to tell you guys why I use a lot of morganite. So, morganite is connected with the soul, the heart, and love. Okay, it's said to have a high energy of compassion, joy, confidence, inner strength, unconditional love. Let me see if there's anything else I could give you guys, just so you know what kind of energy is being infused into the session. So it's called the Peachy Heartstone. So the Heartstone of Morganite is here to remind you that life is peachy. This pale pink stone is all about stepping through the world as though you are walking on air. A member of the bright and beautiful beryl family, morganite is said to be the crystal of divine love and is always ready to take you by the hand and lead you out into the light. Morganite is a magician of the heart and comes with, Morganite is a magician of the heart and comes with a whole swath of healing properties. Like all the heart chakra stones, it is a nurturer and always ready to open you up to the wonders that are waiting for you in the wider world. While it invites love to ebb and flow out, it also turns its gaze and healing vibes inwards, ensuring that you are stacked with self-love, self-respect, self-care, and ready to stand proud no matter what comes your way. That's why I love morganite. All right. Let's light our candle. I have some crystals out we'll talk about soon, but I'll talk about the crystals and things when I get more into the ASMR later. For right now, I want to really get into the messages first, okay? Because after the, messages, I want to bring it all the way back down so that you're in a calm and relaxed state and when you're ready to go to bed, it's already late. If you're in the United States on the West Coast Pacific Standard Time, it's almost 1 in the morning. So, if you're up, hopefully this towards the end will get you in that, okay, I can relax, I can breathe, right? So let's do it. I have some vanilla scented matches as well as some musk scented matches right here. I'm gonna use one of them. I think I want to go with vanilla. Vanilla is very comforting. Every so often I'm able to get it to do it on the first time, but there we go. Not often. All right, let's set our intention. Bring it to your heart. One second here. Ooh. Yeah, likes this right here, y'all. Okay. In the name of the highest, most benevolent love and truth and wisdom for ourselves and all that are involved, we set the intention for being fully present, being grounded, being centered, feeling safe and secure and nurtured through the Mercury retrograde, being able to indulge in a healthy way with sensuality, pleasure, comfort, bliss, stillness. We set the intention to alchemize, transmute, and release all energy, all frequencies, all attachments that are counter to what we just said. In the name of self-love, in the name of self-care, in the name of self-respect, in the name of self-validation. And so it is. I'm going to add the gemstones in. I think I'm going to switch this over. Give me 1 second to bring a balance here. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to get a few. Actually, I'm going to do 6. Actually, I take that back. Let's do 4. I've been seeing repetitive 4s like big time, and I did some research on it today, and it's powerful. Like I saw patterns of like 444, 444, 444, 44. Like it was crazy, insane. So I looked into that. So I think what I'm gonna do is do 4 as our foundation. And also the elements, earth, water, fire, air, as setting a steady foundation, which is being able to be fully present, being centered, being grounded, a sense of safety, security and nurture. This is how we're able to indulge or really find true sensuality and pleasure while still being connected. I hope that makes sense what I'm saying. While being connected, not the escapism version. We're not talking about escapism type of pleasure. We're talking about the kind of sensuality and pleasure that allows you to fully integrate and connect with your whole being. Not escaping off somewhere else, not trying to numb out because of this or that, but just indulging in the beauty and the wonder and the splendor of life and that of you. And if you have a sexual, experience, hopefully you're able to do that with whom you're with. But that's where we're going with it. So let's get the gemstones in here. We're going to do 4. May this candle be infused with morganite, and as it blazes, may that energy surround us. Our intention, this session, technology, is on the deepest cellular and quantum level, in accordance with our higher heart and higher wisdom. May it infuse the roots of where there's been a disruption of being able to feel fully present, connected to our bodies, grounded and centered. All right. So now we've got that going, you guys. Like I said, we're going to get into the messages first before we really slow it all the way down. So my voice may change a bit because when I'm doing readings and I'm picking up energy, sometimes it's hard for me to stay even keel because I can feel all of the shifts in the energy, all of it. I'm telling you guys, all of it. I can feel all of it. All of it, all of it, all of it. Okay, so Mercury retrograde. I'm going to bring that card up. It's at the bottom. Card number 51, 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 is about balance. 6 is about equal give and take. This card says Mercury retrograde, reinvention. Reinvention. So look at that, and then I'm going to read what the book says. So this is the kickoff to, the energies that we're dealing with currently, what's going to assist us with the grounding and balancing out so that we can tap into the upper level here. And I'm going to talk about that next, okay? After I go through this roll with you guys. All right. So I'm going to park it and take a seat while I read this to you guys about Mercury retrograde. Dang it. I hope you guys enjoyed your Super Bowl Sunday yesterday. Or whatever you do, Let's see. Oh, come on. Oh. I should have said your discretion is advised because there is a little bit of nudity up there on that one picture to the right that says sexuality. So if you're uncomfortable with that, then you may just kind of not want to look at that. All right, so okay. Mercury retrograde reinvention. Mishaps are like knives that either serves us or cuts us as we grasp them by the blade or by the handle. James Russell Lowell quoted that. Mercury retrograde is regarded as a time when things tend to go wrong. Oh my gosh. In actuality, it marks a 3.5-week period where any important actions should be postponed. There are some exceptions to this part right here, but I'm not going to get all into that. Anyway, about 3 or 4 times a year, Mercury goes through a motion called retrograde, which means to go back or retreat. But although Mercury, the planet of slippery wit, fluency, and adaptability, this inner planet so close to the sun appears to be going backwards, but it's not. The retrograde movement of a planet is just an illusion because the Earth is orbiting the sun at a different speed than Mercury and the other planets. Still, from an astrological point of view, planets in retrograde motion cause potent effects on the Earth below. No planet goes retrograde as often as Mercury because it is never more than 28 degrees from the sun. And because of this, it has given us the dubious phrase that when something goes AWOR, many exclaim, Mercury must be retrograde. Mercury isn't a predictable planet going along its normal direct path anyway, but once it goes retrograde, it's akin to trying to drive a car backwards. All things ruled by Mercury suddenly begin to wobble and go off kilter. However, if you're a writer, when Mercury is retrograde, it's the perfect time to revise your writings. I could attest to this. I just wrote a poem tonight. Mercury is the counterpart of Hermes, the Greek Olympian god, the sly trickster, who is not only big on pranks, but also false moves. He is the god of of transitions, roads, and boundaries. The very name Hermes has to do with speech and implies he is a translator. Mercury, as Hermes, conveys information. When that information comes to us wrongly, because of Mercury's unpredictable retrograde motion, nothing seems to go right. Firstly, when this card opens up in a reading, back up all of your equipment, your computers, your cell phones, and address book. Anything to do with technology or mechanics, electrical appliances, yada, yada. Okay, so let me skip. I want to get to some of the core messages here. I don't want to read all of it. Okay. You do want to be careful over any contracts that you sign or any checks that you mail off. You want to just be double checking that stuff, expect some possible delays. But I want to add a disclaimer because though I love reading the books that come with the tarot and oracle decks, I have my own system of beliefs, where I'm at in my consciousness and some of the energetic works and upgrades that I've done on my own consciousness. And so things are as we believe. And so to me, it's even as relates to astrological events. Some things are happening, but its effects does not have to necessarily be as predicted. It's about our perception, our beliefs, how we approach, our attitude. All of those factors, okay, play a role in even the energetic shiftings of planets. Okay, so I just wanted to throw that in there. I don't really believe in putting way too much emphasis, though I do see the effects. So many people have had communication difficulties. I'm a great communicator, but during this time, it's a little bit more challenging for me. So just keep all that in mind. Like, it is what you believe, don't get stuck on, oh my God, because, if you put too much thought and energy there, then yeah. So now, let me skip over to something that I feel like is going to be more beneficial here. Okay, mundane matters aside, retrograde planets are said to be more empathetic. And that means that strangely, we are more silently and internally keyed in to their energies. This causes unusual and fated occurrences to happen. You may meet up with someone that you haven't seen in years on a most unexpected place. You may have a conversation with someone with whom you only have a superficial relationship with, when suddenly you connect to that person, causing a much deeper rapport. If you are asking about the strengthening of a relationship, this is not a good time to get married, but it is an excellent time to renew your vows. It is not a good time to initiate a divorce or end a relationship, though, considering how soon Mercury moves forward again, because if you do, then the relationship will soon move forward again, too. If you're feeling hopeless and worried that a relationship is never going to work, Mercury retrograde card is actually a good one to turn up. It means that there is more than what you know about the situation at the current time. Okay, many of you probably ain't here for that reason. I was just reading. Okay, it says glitches, screw ups, miscommunications, carelessness, cancellations, misunderstandings, unfavorable time for explaining or solving arguments, eruptions, quarrels, um, fixing what is broken, job accepted, not turning out as planned. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And so, anyway, in tarot, it's likened to the Two of Swords. Okay. So that's the energy that it could possibly feel like. Two of Swords. Two of Swords is the feeling of I don't know what to do. I'm in up two minds. I'm unclear. I'm confused. I'm overwhelmed. What do I do? What do I choose? Indifference, indecision, um, getting off track. It's that kind of energy I feel, right? All right. So now with that being said, I just wanted to read a little bit. I was trying to see if it was going to give a good layer for you guys. So, the message that I feel like is for those of you that this is going to resonate with the collective in terms of in conjunction with our theme in this session, okay? Our theme being being able to be fully present, being able to ground and center, safety and security, nurture, and all that in conjunction with the whole Mercury retrograde energy. I believe that that intention that we're adding in the session that we're going to do at the end is going to assist us with being able to work through the Two of Swordsy energy. Okay. Um, Whatever that may mean for you, whether it be things are happening and you feel like you don't know what to do, but getting this energy where we want it to be for us with the intentions will help us to see clear. Because one thing is for sure, we get our most innate, clearest guidance when we're able to be fully present, fully connected to the body, grounded, centered, right? Where we're at ease, if you will. So this is going to assist when these things are coming up. We got to make quick decisions, whether it's Mercury retrograde or not. This is another reason why I don't necessarily get too far off into the left field on it, because some things you can stall and delay, but there are a lot of things that is calling for attention. So ideally, it is better that we're able to get in a more calmer state so that we could approach a matter, even if there's a change to be made, because sometimes it has nothing to do with Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde probably only stirred up and brought to surface everything that was wrong in the first place. I'm just saying, I don't want us to get too far to the left field with thinking that, oh, it's going to be fine. It's just only the Mercury retrograde. Yeah, you have to discern your own situation thoroughly. Think to before Mercury retrograde. Was it okay before then? If the answer is no, then chances are Mercury retrograde simply amplified the shit that was already fucked up. Okay, so whether that be with a job, place of employment, a business, a career, friendship, relationship, way of doing, way of being, way of living, it's just gonna stir up or probably amplify it, right? Okay, so I hope that helps. Now, that's just the leading card. That's the overall energy that most of us have been feeling. So let's move on to the next three cards here, and I'm gonna try to just go through these really quickly. I'm not gonna get into the book. Okay, so we have here, can you guys see it? There it goes. This is Earth Element Stability, card number 38. Very grounding, okay? And then I'm gonna pull these too, because I want to pick up some messages here. Then we have Fire, card number 37, Desire, right? We're stirring up desire. Because oftentimes during a Mercury retrograde, and probably before that for most of us, we've been going through it. You know what I'm saying? And we get frazzled, we're all over the place. If you guys heard my previous upload, the poem that I wrote kind of says a lot. So yeah, we're going to add in desire. So we got Earth, we have Fire, and we have Venus. Card number 4. Here's 4 again. Love. So we're bringing in sensual, nurturing, goddess energy through the process, so that we can still be ourselves, stabilized, and don't get caught up in Venus being a goddess and a woman. It's just the yin, feminine aspect in terms of the nurturing, the softness that we need during a harsh Mercury retrograde, right? Okay, so let's see here. Give me some messages. Okay, so what I picked up right away when I got the fire element and the earth element, when you put them next to each other, you get the Merkaba. And I don't know if you guys are aware of what that is, but we're activating, if you are not already activating your Merkaba in your heart space. Oh my gosh, do your research on that. Okay, I'm not here to do a teaching on Merkaba right now, but it's the merging of heaven and earth, top and lower chakras, bringing into union, integration, unity consciousness, oneness, alignment with your higher self. It's very powerful. And wow, if it's activated and spinning, then it's like we can have this intention to constantly spin debris off, or the harshness, or you know what I'm saying, the residues and things that we're bumping up against in the retrograde. See, oh Lord, and it's, oh my gosh, and with fire and earth, so it's like grounding, materializing, stable, and giving us that sturdiness, right? And then the fire giving us the zeal, the the passion, the wherewithal, to go through Mercury retrograde holding fire, still holding desire, not feeling like, oh, good gracious God. You know what I mean? Holding our true desire, I should say, getting that back into alignment, our truest, purest, highest vibrational soul desire, right? And then with Venus, I mean, there's not much else I need to say. Just bringing in the high heart of others, just that's probably being stirred, and it's to bring in that sensuality, that softness, so that we can approach ourselves and possibly approach things, when we can, because we're not perfect, you know what I mean? But when we can, if we're honing in on ourselves, we're taking these breaths in these moments, and you know what I'm saying, so that we can approach, okay, oh my God, this went wrong. Okay, oh, I really wish this individual will go away, like whatever, I'm just saying, like, so we can remember to also, what I'm picking up is to remember just to nurture ourselves through it, to take care of self, to take care of the home life. Like, don't get so caught up in the seemingly static of Mercury retrograde. Okay. All right. So let me move to the top. Put these back. Now we're going to go to the top row. So, see if you guys can see. The first card is a root chakra card. Card number 4. Look at all these fours. Card number 4, home, shelter, safety, nurturing, warming. So with that, it's kind of going, some of this is a little repetitive. It's a state of rest. In the picture, I'm trying to see what kind of animal that is. They're in like a hamlet, and they got these nice little lights out, like forest trees. They're feeling warm and cozy. Like, that's very important during this time. But with our intention to be able to feel and be truly present in a now moment, there needs to be a sense and feel of safety and security and nurturing, because many of us, usually the reason why there's such a disconnect, or we feel that way, is because in essence we don't really feel safe and secure in our body, and we don't feel safe and secure in the earth or in the environment and things that are going on around us. And this is why I'm building in that intention with the ASMR and with the Reiki at the very end. Okay. The next card is card number 44, and it's about being present. And I want to show you guys this one. I just didn't want to like mess up everything. I'm like, who's gonna mess up? Okay. Let's see if I can get this. All right. Awareness. Let me see. Awareness, attention, reality, and connection. Presence. And look at her. Look how she's smiling at the bee. That soft gaze. She's there. She's fully there. She's engaged in the seemingly small things, right? She's looking at nature. She's there, right? Connecting with her world, connecting with her reality, being fully present. Stillness. The poem that I wrote talks about it in a way. It requires a level of slowing down to be present. Even now, some of you guys might say, well, nobody can just be sitting around. Like, folks got jobs, folks got children, folks got businesses, folks got responsibilities. So that's not what I'm implying. It's a way of maybe starting your day, a mindset, a space and place you give yourself within, even when you are going about life. It's best to start your day in the stillness because then it already sets your energy. It sets it for whatever. Versus, let's say you started more chaotically, and since you started chaotically, chances are you're not going to be able to as quickly get present, grounded, and centered as you would have if you had kind of set the stage before you started your day. And it could be anything. It could be 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be no big woo-woo to do. But setting the stage of just sitting still with yourself and connecting with your breath, that's one way to be able to go within and center and ground, is listening and connecting to the natural rhythm. Okay? That's important right now. And seeing there's purple, yeah, because it helps with the crown chakra. It helps with being able to have clear thoughts, communication. Mercury, communication with self, communication with the earth, communication with your surroundings, communication with the things that are coming up in retrograde from this place, a different state, right? And then what we have next is a lot of solar plex. We have the root chakra, we have the crown, not solar plex, I apologize. We have sacral chakra energy here. Lots of sacral. I knew that was happening. That's why I didn't want to do it. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we have, ooh la la, pleasure. Card number, what is this? I can't really see it. Hold on. Card number 10. Okay. Pleasure. It says enjoyment, beauty, sensuality, indulgence. And look at her, she on chillax status. She's sitting back, got her scotch or whatever this is. I don't know what she's drinking. In my case, Kool-Aid. No, just kidding. And she on chill, like. Then the other card, I'm gonna get some messages here. Give me a second. One of my favorites. Sexuality. Viewer discretion is advised. It says here, openness, sharing, beauty, honor. Very different from raunchy sex, by the way. Not that there's anything wrong with raunchy sex, but this is a more intimate kind of energy, a more sensual, connective energy beyond the physical bodies. It's indulging though in the physical body, the beauty, the essence, the softness, right? The ecstasy, the pleasure of the body. Let me get some messages here. Ooh, I think I already know what it's about, because the sacral chakra, that's the creative force. A lot of creative energy is in the sacral, okay? And, let me just get the message, because I'm getting a lot here. Okay. So, believe it or not, and please take this with some wisdom and how it resonates for you, but being able to have pleasure and in a healthy way, I'm getting a lot of messages, because I'm not talking about the addictive, toxic, escapism version of this, okay? Because I understand people do know how to indulge and get into sex. Most humanity don't have a problem with indulging, okay? So that's not the message. This is about, really it's about balance, I feel like, and it's about connecting within. So in other words, when you're engaging in these, it's not that you're going in with an energy of franticness. You're going in with an energy of intent to be fully present, and intent to go with the ebb and flow of the naturalness of pleasure, the naturalness of it, not a reason to try to get away from something, or a reason to not face your darkness, or the dark night of the soul, or the void in your heart, or, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's not what this energy is saying. This is for people who are trying to live a relatively balanced and healthy life, and who relatively understand energy, and are somewhat on this kind of a path, and trying to find a healthy, harmonious, holistic balance in their lives. Okay. So when we embark in the pleasure and in the sensuality, it shifts our frequency. Hormones and chemicals go off, right? It shifts all the frequencies from within, which helps us to relax, which helps what? Communication, which, what are we in? Mercury retrograde, which also will help with what? Creativity, sacral chakra energy, right? Being able to channel that. So, and it's also an act of self-love and self-care when it's done in a healthy and balanced way. We can't be all work. We can't. And this is something I'm swallowing along with you guys, okay? We can't be, I don't care if it's Mercury retrograde. I don't care if it's the coronavirus. I don't care. Okay? Because at the end of the day, we burn out, we run ragged, we lose connection with the self. Our energy centers are off and the chakras out of alignment. The auric field is muckered up. Our minds is twisted up. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and then we wonder why. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's a healthy balance to bring us back after being out in a chaotic world. Look at this. Okay. After being out in the chaotic world, hustle and bustle of life, day-to-day mundane, dealing with children, husbands, wives, kids, yada, yada, right? It's like an inner sanctuary. It's like bringing you back to you so that you can, feel yourself, and so that you can get some clearer guidance versus more frantic guidance when we are out of alignment, right? So that's what I feel like this is really about, for most of us. It's like, this is important. It's important that we find a space, and maybe we can't, I get that we can't all just like, everybody's situation is different, you know what I'm saying? But the gist of what's being implied is this grounding, nurturing, sensual energy that's going to assist us to go through the retrograde a little more smoothly, even with all of its hiccups, issues, and whatever. Right? That's why I'm going to touch it, y'all. Okay. So with that being said, I invite you to dim your lights. I invite you to get some water, juice. I invite you to get comfy. I invite you to bring your personal intentions to the forefront of your heart and mind. I invite you to give your permission if you're into it, if you want to participate with connecting with a distant Reiki. You don't have to. You can just do the ASMR and the comfort aspect of, the atmosphere, but that amplifies your receptivity if that's, if you are into Reiki, and understand that Reiki is just universal life force energy, and I'm just a channel of that energy. And Reiki is only working with what's in conjunction with what your higher intelligence is going to give permission for. What your higher intelligence knows that is suitable for you. So it's just pure. It's pure. Nobody can do anything if you set your intention and have your higher intelligence rule, no matter if a person that's trying to channel or Reiki or whatever, no matter what they may be or maybe dealing with themselves, you are a supreme being. And I just wanted to empower you all that way. Like, you don't have to feel fearful or like, oh my gosh, I'm dizzy as hell. Or like when we go on places, I get Reiki sessions done too. A Reiki master still gets Reiki sessions, right? Just like a doctor still has to go see a doctor. So I now understand, like, okay, everybody has different belief systems. Even in this practice, everybody's in different phases and stages of what they're dealing with energetically. And that's why when I go to my sessions, even my in-person sessions, when I'm having a practitioner working with me, I already set my intentions. I said it. I'll be like, yeah, hire me only in accordance to what you deem appropriate, only in accordance to what's in resonance with my most supreme being, my highest heart, my excellence, and what I'm ready for, and what's not for me. May that be alchemized and transmuted into Gaia for healing. You know what I mean? That's kind of the way I roll with that. Okay? So that's just for you to take. Like, if you're on that journey and you're like, gosh, but I don't know. You don't have to be afraid. Okay? You want to look into things, surely, but you don't want to be so fanatical, like, about that. Okay? All right. So let's get started with the ASMR aspect. And then I'll do Reiki at the very, very end. Okay? Now, forgive me if the ASMR is not great, because, like I said, technology is really important with ASMR, as well as I don't really have a lot that, hold on, right now that I could use that would be more comforting and soothing, but let's see. I'm going to start with the louder tools that I'm going to use. So I have a rattle. Of course, I have my crystals. I have a couple bottles that I'm going to do something with some water energy. And so that's how we're going to start. I'm going to start with the rattle. Then I'm going to go with my selenite wands from there. And after the selenite wands, I'm going to do the little water thing. And then after that, I'll go into like maybe some of the crystal sharing or maybe rubbing together for the sound effect and to like channel that energy to you. We'll see. I'm freestyling it, okay? So you guys are going to let me know in the comments like how it sounds, because I don't get to know how it sounds right now. That's what's unfortunate. I don't get to hear. It may be totally crap. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it do turn out to be like totally crap. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. Yeah, this is like to ground us. That's what I feel about the rattle. Like to break up debris from our auric field, but like a shamanic, to bring us into our body, out of the head space, into the body, into the heart, into okay. It's time to just relax, 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 relax. I'm going to show you guys two beautiful selenite wands. I usually use these during, let's see here. Selenite is known as liquid light. Very cleansing, purifying, gentle, comforting, yet potent.
You are safe. You are loved. Breathe. Just breathe.
Mm. I think I'm just gonna take us right on into Reiki. Where's my phone here? So you won't hear me talk.
You won't hear me talk very much, okay? You'll hear me just a little bit, here and there, but for the most part, I'm gonna be very quiet. Now is the time for you, just you. Just receive love. Receive the comfort, the support. Release, release, release everything that is burdening you. Just breathe. Chokure, chokure, chokure. Seiki, seiki, seiki. Hoshazi, shonen. Hoshazi, shonen. Dekumayo, Dekumayo, Dekumayo. The fire, cold and ready. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Hariom. Take a few soft breaths. Inhale. Oh, imagine the energy flowing through your entire aura, your chakras, from your crown to your feet. Golden white energy. Imagine it purifying. Imagine it comforting, balancing, sinking. The light energy knows exactly what you need. Release to receive. Release to receive. Oh. Keep following your breath. I'm slowly going to ground this energy. Raku, 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 Raku. Takaya, that's it. Let's go start off in Takaya. Takaya. Slowly start to bring your awareness back. Start moving your fingers, your toes, your limbs a little. Take some more breaths. Slowly open your eyes whenever you're comfortable. Releasing your energy. There was a lot of activity in the sacral. I actually literally felt it jump. So some of you may sense and feel that. If not now, you will. And it's okay. It's normal. It just means that that chakra has been activated. Breathe through it. Emotions may come up. Be gentle with yourself. Drink plenty of water. Allow yourself to feel it's all normal, or you may feel nothing. That's equally normal. It's in accordance to what you're ready for. But just because you don't feel anything, it doesn't mean that nothing is happening. Trust that it is. But if you find yourself feeling feelings or things coming up, just let it be, let it go, let it process. Allow it to run its course, but then let it go. We give our thanks to Source, Gaia, our higher selves, our energetic support light teams, and all that assisted in this session. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it is, so it is, so it is. Namaste.